Hello folks, decided to get out of the house and just gather my thoughts. So I've come to this little garden again. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not, but it's full of little buildings. You know, little replicas of little buildings around the place. I'm losing light. Hopefully there is enough light generated around here that we can continue on filming, because I am going to lose light. But here's the first little building. We see this whole garden is created around the map of Ireland, and some of the historical Christian landmarks around the country is dotted and put in the locations that would be on the map, if you know what I mean. But here is a pretty big wood carving of a mother and child, and you can come into these buildings and you can sit and reflect. They're dotted all around the place. So I'm going to head into the round tower, which is here. Don't know if there's anybody in here at the moment, but this was just a round tower until they put this on it, which deflects from the wind and stuff. Right. May need a red torch here. But you can sit around here, you can relax, you can just reflect or whatever, you know. We'll go upstairs, but as you can see, there's seats all around. Right. It's a big, heavy, sleepers type piece of wood embedded in the wall there. And people have been putting candles in the window, which sort of reflects out like a lighthouse in a way. All it is here is it's a steel frame roof with stone on top. But yeah, I've been here before. Some of you may or may not have seen my other videos on it, but I thought I would just document it anyway, and show you around again. What you have there is a piece of bog oak, and this large bog wood piece is dated about 2,000 years ago. This large bog wood piece is dated about 2,000 years ago. We see it is symbolising the Celtic churches lifestyle of the 5th to the 12th centuries. The many dimensions of the Celtic saints' spirituality include a great respect for unity with diversity, love of nature, plant life, animal life, and human life. They were poetic, scholars, imaginative, musical, and artistic. They possessed a pilgrim and missionary spirit, evident in the numbers numbers to this day of lay, cleric, and religious who help build God's kingdom beyond these shores. Basically, I think this is a root system of some kind, but it's pretty cool. Right, we're heading this way. Somebody tied this to the tree. Now you've got a lot of the signs here wrote on slabs of wood, and this is one of the areas here where there's a cross and a place to sit around it with a modern sculpture and that. Right, see somebody put a candle there. It is getting pretty windy and cold. Oh yes, we've got a little pond over here, and dotted around were pieces of bog oak. I see some of them are actually missing, I think, but another area of reflection is a tree that's fallen down there that has to be sorted, sort of thing, and an imitation well of some kind. Right, where am I going? Right, this way, I think. A shelter here made of the trees that are in the growing around in a circle. It's willow, and you sit in here in the summertime. It would be a wee bit more enclosed because there would be foliage on it and stuff, but we have plenty of little buildings like the one you're just about to see here. This one is pitch dark, so I will have to there's Christmas lights everywhere. I wonder when it gets dark, or are we going to see that today? But this is it's supposed to, as far as I know, resemble the stable where Jesus was born. And there's comfy seats to sit on over there, and you know, a lot of it is made out of just a natural wood. You know, right? I'm going to head off to the next building, folks. most of this garden is all built on swampland. So if you venture too far in there, you will sink. But here we're approaching a church, and it's actually made from hay bales that's covered in plaster. And if I get into the church, I'll be able to show you the inside of what the walls are made from. That is a miniature version of Croagh Patrick right there. So on the map we are most likely in Mayo according to the map of Ireland. So there is a dog shelter near here, so that's why you can hear that. It's a place to have a drink, but doesn't look like it's working at the moment. People put prayers around, you know, places like this, you know. We can go and see the church now. And for those of you that haven't seen the other video, there's a little aviary right at the door of this church. That's the rounded church, and there's very nice stained glass windows here. It's decorated for Christmas with bits of foliage and stuff. There's our birdies. Canaries and budgies and finches, you know, and a big massive piece of bog oak in the middle of it. So here's the door, and it's locked, folks. It's locked. New Year's Day, it's locked. But if you want to see that church from the inside, just have a look at my places of interest. I've done another video on it, so you know, have a look in it. But all these other buildings are all accessible. I have to say too that this church is heated by a pellet burner. I'm hoping this walk will make me feel a little bit better. Been in extreme pain. There's been a lot of negativity lately. I want to try and stay away from it, you know. Columkill's cell. It's a reproduction of Columkill's place he used to stay. There's some sort of lighting effect there. And in here you have a little place that you can light a fire, and sometimes they would have left some wood there for you to light a wee fire and sit for as long as you want, you know. But That's that little building. We're going to go up to another now little replica church here. This little area here is new. This little shelter. It was made from a plastic hose pipe that farmers use, but they decided to do it up and make it a lot better. This is the little church here, where you can also sit, and you know, there's some baguettes there, also a prayer card. You know, there's something to light a fire if anyone wanted to sit here. But yes, this is very, very tall, steepled type of replica church. Right, off to the next one. How you doing? Even today we have visitors, so place there for dogs to drink. But you only allow guide dogs, so. But here is another one. This window is painted on perspex. I think. I'm not really sure that's just perspex, but very nice. And there's it's another area of reflection, folks. That's basically another one of the little buildings here. And you can see, well, the thatch needs a little bit of fixing because there's some weeds growing on and stuff. But you know, a nice little building there, folks. But there we're looking across at the Hay Bale Church. A little table there with some plaques on it. You got your church, the small St. Colum's Kilt Church in the background there, and you got the building we just came out of there. Behind that, then the church. What we have here is a kind of like a tomb kind of thing going on in here with a kind of a rough plaster. This is all replicas, you know. It's a you know, and just a rock to sit on, but basically it's a mound of soil, you know, and a tunnel built into it, and it's kind of a tomb, possibly representing the tomb that Jesus was laid in, you know. But that's what this is. You can see the tower back in the distance there, but basically this land is all marshland, and they managed to make a garden out of this. But what we're doing now is we're going to the next little building here, to make sure that I'm focused right. Yeah, it's all covered in Christmas lights. But the one person seems to be hanging these little things around, you know. But here is another quite dark little place. But again, you know, you've got a bag of sticks under the chair there, and you got some briquettes. They leave some firewood out, that if anybody wanted to spend the day here and reflect, or, you know, get away from it all, you know, that's what they can do, you know. You know, it's a pretty it's a very unusual kind of garden, you know. It's you know, it's more of a garden where buildings are more of the what makes it up, you know, rather than just a garden with flowers and plants and stuff. It's just full of little buildings like this. And you know, this isn't far from my house, and it's a place where I like to go when I don't feel so good. And you know, lately I haven't been feeling so good. You know, physically been very pain, a lot of pain, and that, you know, that affects you mentally, you know. It frustrates you because you can't do some of the things that you want to do. But, you know, hopefully with more little walks like this, you know, I can get out and get back to doing things, you know. But certainly places like this are pretty interesting, you know. You know, it's not, to me, yes, I'm very interested in the paranormal. I would love to do some paranormal work around this area. But today there's too many people around, and it just isn't going to work for me, folks, to be honest with you. There's just, every time I got to a building there was somebody coming out of it. So you know, it's not going to happen today. Will it work at night time? It possibly would, if all these lights are working, and you know, I have good light myself, you know. But today all I have is a little red light, which isn't going to go very far, but you know, it's a possibility, folks. You know, it's just, we like to have a look around and find new places as well. So it's one of these places that I really like, and I really find this place a place of peace, you know. You know, there's been a lot of negativity lately, and I just don't want involvement with it anymore. It's at the end of the day, a lot of the time we're just paranormal investigators. Yes, people have their views on certain methods and equipment and stuff like that, but it's not a thing to disrespect somebody for using certain methods, and then, you know, all this debunking stuff. Yes, some methods aren't so good and stuff like that, but very often it's used as a kind of as a battering ram against people, and just don't want to be involved in that anymore. I just want to investigate. I want to find evidence that the paranormal activity does exist, you know. And I'm very new to this. It's very new to this, and you know, I only have, when I look back on it, a handful of investigations But Jeannie Mac, the last couple of months have been an eye-opener, you know. Things that I thought could not exist in real life has happened. Can we get answers to it? No. Will we get answers to it? Probably not. But, you know, coming into 2020, and I hope I don't get run over by a car on the first day. 2020, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing new places around the country. There is loads and loads of places in Ireland, and you know, we've learned a lot of stuff for the last 12 months and that. Yes, both sides. Those people that want to go out investigating, they don't like the equipment, and oh no, we don't use equipment and that. Use cameras and audio and listening out and using their senses. I've learned a lot from that, actually. I have learned a lot from that. But I'm not going to throw away the science involved in it either. You know, yes, the science and the equipment doesn't give us answers, but I like to use it if it's possible that can be used as a tool to communicate, you know. And until our equipment improves and more research is done, that's what we have at the moment, you know. But certainly it's opened my eyes to using our senses more, sitting down, listening, calling out, and exploring different things and exploring different causes. Like the school we went to last time, I walked into the school. There's a concrete hallway, but the rooms themselves, the classrooms, were wood, and I walked across that wood, and when I came off it, you could hear the noises, you could hear the tapping and the noises, but it was possibly that floor coming back up after me standing on it and slightly compressing it, you know. Different things like that. You know, people and new people in the field, they're going to make mistakes, and we know this, but it's all part of the learning. So we're going to go into 2020, we're going to go out and we're going to do our thing, hopefully get new places to go to, you know, and possibly go further afield if my health lets me do that, you know. I'm certainly not going to get involved in politics of the paranormal, because that just doesn't get us anywhere. It just really doesn't, and it just ends up with people bickering, and it just goes on and on and on. And some of it's justified, some of it isn't, some of it is kind of attention seeking. I just don't want to go there. I just want to get into doing paranormal investigations, getting out there, you know, and, you know, just doing our own thing, you know. But I'm going to leave it for now, folks, and I'll see you in the next one.